Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing today? Good, I hope. Good, I hope. Oh, my goodness. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Whoop, and let's pull me up. Whoop, awesome. Got noise. How is everybody? Hello, hello, good morning. Let's not waste too much time. Couple of quick things before we get going. First of all, if you haven't already, I hope you all have checked out the video about the endurance contest, and at least some of you, I hope, have considered participating. As just a reminder for anyone that plays in the Total War Warhammer endurance contest, even if you get dead last place, as long as you at least submit a run, you have the chance to win a free Total War Warhammer key of your choice for any of the DLCs, courtesy of Creative Assembly, so that's really cool. Also, feel free to join that community Discord, because you can watch. A lot of those guys have been actually posting like when they're going live and stuff, and I would love to see people in their live streams hanging out. I mean, they're all a very chill bunch. I think they're still kind of getting the hang of being entertainers, but yeah, you know, we're planting those seeds for the future. In any event, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody today. I seen you, Raider. Thanks so much for subscribing, my dude. I really appreciate it. And Darkness Visible, thanks for becoming a member on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you both very, very much. It's very generous of you. All right, let's get rolling. So, good morning to, we got Hash's Champion, Soru92, Undertaker number 1, Nath, Mr. Banana, Odin Egg, good morning. Vanguard Game, Italy Boo, 123, oh, you seem like a bot. You're definitely a bot. So why don't we get rid of those two. Good morning to Damin473, Fubar347, also I seen you, Raider, good morning, and thanks again for that subscription. Enjoy the emotes, my dude. Be sure to link your account, whether you're on YouTube or Discord, to your Discord account. You can get access to a nice little secret room where we're going to actually be doing some pretty interesting stuff very, very soon that have been inspired from other communities I've been visiting. Then we've got Tommy Bravo, Archmage Eldrin, Servant of the Great Horned Rat, Orc Boss, Darkness Visible, thanks again for becoming a member. Lord Inquisitor Ignis, Oliver Goldberg, Leroy, Sebsmad, Living Legend, John Novak, Dakota Youngblood. Youngblood, that was the last name of a teacher I had when I was very, very little. My first ever clarinet teacher. Man, that was ages ago. Czar94. Dominic Lynch. Darkness is also a weeb. Wait, are those two different people? We have two Darknesses? Then we've got Nicholas Sobieski. What music do rats like? Skaven music? Get out. Get out! Get out! Get him out of here! Throw him in the fire! Good one. We got NVA here, George Cooper, Joachim Shipper, Corrupt Moon 0605, Zerzernov, Grumpy Guard, Rabs Rabble, Jake Woo, Razor Dragontail. Hey, well, welcome, my dude. So glad you could join us. Crank Black, Saurus Blood, Lord Winch, Bartez Byron, Grebo, Jose Lira. Would I do a Tomb Kings Immortal Empires next? Maybe, no promises. Yawning Firefly, Marcos Gonzalez, Nemirin, John Dillinger, Chaos Network, another Volvix fan. And I think that's Have I already selected the questions for the Q&A? We are no longer accepting questions for the Q&A. That's closed. Angel to Bry, Incognito, hello, Frozen Soul. What's a Skaven's favorite music group? The Rat Pack? We're throwing you all in the snake pit. Puns get the snake pit! Boo this man! Boo this man! Ugh. Puns. I despise puns. Like, puns. Also, yeah, I will make a mention of it. I mentioned this on the Discord, and I'm really mentioning it because I actually got it earlier today. But if you get a Steam message from anybody mentioning anything about something called the Rage Cup, the Steam message that I got basically was someone saying, like, hey, my team is participating in the Rage Cup, and if you could just vote for my team called X, that would really help me out. If you get a message like that, just immediately report that account. The Rage Cup is basically a phishing operation going on right now of people that are trying to steal Twitch accounts. So don't fall for it. Protect your information. If anyone asks you anything involving the Rage Cup, just get out of there. Also, watching while at work. Why? Because screw working retail. I hear that, dude. I worked a lot of retail in my life. And hot damn. I feel like everybody should work retail at least once. Preferably a few times. Or a few different places. That way they, like, understand how much it sucks. And they will, hopefully, from it, learn to treat people nicely who are working retail. Because you don't want to be those people. Alright, so what are we working on? Gorok is going for the Galleon's graveyard. Tehenhauin, what are you doing? You were building an army, but I guess we're gonna go spank this dude. Yeah, I worked in... What all did I work in my life? I worked in a movie theater for about 2 years. An AMC theater, so it was like a big chain. I helped open a... What is that store called? Some kind of athletic store, but I can't remember what it's called all of a sudden. Gosh darn it, what was it called? I can imagine, like, their logo, but I can't remember what the store's called. It's a sports center, and they sell clothes and shoes, as well as, like, all sporting stuff. Down here in Texas. Oh, gosh, I can't remember. Ooh, Leroy, nice. Also, I'm so sorry. I hear working in a restaurant is, like, just the wildest thing in the universe. Oh, Nakai's already at Skaven Blight? Holy crap. Okay, we ended on a big thing. Okay. Right. Alright. So, we're at Skaven Blight. Do I want to fight him inside the city, or do I want him to come out of the city? I think it would be best to fight him in the city. Because he barely has any shooting that can actually go on a wall. So we can just smash the gates open and kill everyone. Because he's gonna come out next turn. Pretty sure. So let's smash some rats. Academy! Yes! Big Aggie, thank you. It was Academy. I helped open an academy, and I worked there for a year. I also worked at a Target for a year. I was a frozen food person. That sucked. But yes, it was Academy. Thank you. And also, good morning. Yeah, I worked at Target during, I worked at the movie theater for more than a year, so I got to experience all the holidays, which was not great. But I also worked at, the only one of those I worked over Christmas and Black Friday was Target. Which, working at Target during Black Friday was something else. That was a pretty... Okay, so I think what we're gonna do, because I feel like not playing nice with the AI is I'm going to deploy like my entire army over here. And then we're just going to send everything way over to the left as soon as we start. Okay, this is going to be a max tier settlement though, so we are going to have to kind of hustle. Because those towers are going to do a ton of damage. Run away! Maybe we'll send in the Stegadons to the middle gate. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Quickly, quickly! Yeah, a lot of people have worked some pretty shitty jobs over their lives. Just to be clear, I'm not, like, trying to start a contest between any careers. There's a lot of garbage out there. Fire? Activate. Come on, y'all can shoot over. Make Daddy proud. Here we go. Woo! It's color time. Croxagores, come on. Before they get these towers firing. Oh my gosh. Okay. This looks like as good of a Sotek as we're probably going to get, so let's go ahead and fire. Yeah, that was pretty good, to be honest. Croxagores, let's go! Chop, chop! Try and keep these ranged units off the walls if we can. Ah, there we go. It's go time! Arms of Paul's Black Horror, activate! Poisonous skinks, or poisonous snakes, not skinks. In we go. Just trying to get... Oh gosh. We gotta start using magic. Alright, give me a chain lightning right there. Croxagores are through the gate. Smash! We are taking a lot of fire. Come to me, come to me. Let's get out of the firing arcs here. Actually, you know what, salamanders, let's bring you over here. To me. Good boys. All right, we're through the first wave. Party. Ooh, get away from there. Croxagores, inside, inside. Push through. Use our superior mass. Yeah, because if we could just capture the center of the city, life will be a lot easier. Ignore them! Forwards! Just try and set death traps here. I think we can move the salamanders inside. There we go. Man, they keep getting, like, caught on stuff. Come on, let's go! Oh, gosh. Oh, you're taking a lot of fire. Come on. Come on! Yeah, this King Priest is definitely going down, but... if I can't get to those rattling guns, we're basically sunk. Move your asses! Come on, Nakai, let's go. You and you. I want to get right on top of these assholes. Stick it on. Come here. Yeah, just open fire. It does not matter how many casualties we take as long as we win. If we can get rid of all the range shit here in the back, then it'll be pretty straightforward. Push through! Especially if we can capture the center of the city. I want them out! Yeah, get out of here. Go on, get. Good. Alright, that's pretty much everything important. Yeah, nothing's gonna make it to these dudes. Well, nothing healthy, anyway. Throw down some snakes there. Kill the boss! Kill everything! Alright, all the range stuff is pretty much out of here. We'll send the Stegodon to clean up that mess. Skink Priest is fine, he's immortal, and the city is ours. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, get out of here, you bunch of little nerds. Alright, so we took Skaven Blight. I remember in Shogun 2 when you could do naval bombardment in a land battle, the AI would move out of the area before the shells have been fired. Never done this battle, the Ruined City's nice. Yeah, Skaven Blight's a good map. I mean, most of the Skaven cities are pretty fun, but... dude, that Skink Priest did work. All those chain lightnings in those narrow hallways. How many is this army? Well, each unit of Croc scores has 12 guys in it. So, well, there's 209 people when the army's at full health. We lost a couple guys, but that's okay. Alright, Skaven Blight is ours. Excellent. Wow, it's tier 4, and we barely have anything in here. Good work, Nakai. Way to make Papa proud. Let's do Gifts of the Jungle and Wary. And then I need a new Crocsgore unit. Do I have any good sacrifices? How long? I've got Sotek for 2 more turns. What else do I have? Not a lot of the good stuff. Okay, so let's get +2 recruitment ranks. And let's get recruit units 1 turn faster. Awesome. And the good news is that Skink Priest will be back. He's not gone forever. He's just gone for a little bit. So let's pick up another Crocsgore unit to replace the one we lost. We also want to turn this place on the alignment of order so that it is pumping out untainted goodness. Tic-Tac-Toe has almost made it to Nagashazar, and once we take Nagashazar, that greenskin faction will be dead. Crocar is fighting the Greenskins over in the far east. Where is Mazdamundi? There's Mazdamundi. Okay, Mazdamundi is marching towards all this garbage that we're going to need. Tic-Tac-Toe is securing Lustria. And Gorok is almost to the Galleon's graveyard. Nice. Everyone's accounted for. All is well. Let's continue. Do the Lizardmen have a navy? No. The Lizardmen are not a naval power in Warhammer Fantasy. Whenever the Lizardmen need to cross the ocean, they either a Slann will open a portal and they'll just walk through it to get where they're going, or they can technically take a very, very dangerous route, which is known as the Pass of the Old Ones. But taking the Pass of the Old Ones is exceedingly dangerous. Because you're basically walking through like a pocket dimension that demons are just everywhere. Would a flying unit be good for the backline missile units? Oh yeah, if I had like Ripperdactyls, yeah, they would have absolutely killed it there. But I like running thematic armies, which means that my armies aren't designed to like be super amazing OP. They're designed to be like fun to play and like appropriate for that character. All right, we'll come back to that. The Galleon's graveyard. Tehenhauin is chasing this guy down. Come back here, you son of a bitch. Did Archaon ever ascend to demonhood? No. To ascend to demonhood, you have to sell your soul, essentially, to the Dark Gods. And Archaon never took that final step. Like, you have to be committed fully, without reservation, to the Dark Powers. And Archaon's kind of big thing is that he never took that step. He refuses to give the Dark Gods his soul. He's willing to work with them because they help him accomplish the goals that he wants. But Archaon is not interested in bargaining to acquire any more of their power through those means. Alright, took the Gashazar. Cool, cool. The home of the Great Necromancer is ours. And we're going to focus this place on eliminating evil spirits. Good job, Tic-Tac-Toe. Way to go! Gosh, we almost have everything with him. Let's grab Indomitable. Indomitable. Lord Mazdamundi is marching for Karak Azgal because we're trying to kill off this Greenskin faction because they have been super annoying. Which faction is this? Skullcrag. Skullcrag has been a huge pain in my ass. Man, I will say though, I really hope they switch out for when you're playing Mortal Empires. I hope they switch Skullcrag and Grom, because right now Grom starts in Ulthuan, and he just dies immediately. So you like never get to see him, and I always find that to be such a bummer. Okay, so what we're gonna do to hopefully trick Mr. Pestilost here is Crocar's gonna come out here and he's gonna ambush, and we're gonna try and lure that little devil into a fight. Tehenhauin's gonna march north and go capture the Temple of Tiklan. I think that's about it. We're probably gonna have to help the High Elves fight Norska, because for whatever reason Norska is like one of the dominant powers on the planet right now. But so yeah, we're gonna have to get involved. That's fine though. Give me money. All the money. Alright. We may start picking up more armies in the far west to deal with some of the shenanigans out there. Tic-Tac-Toe is gonna come out here and head to the Fortress of Vorag once we're settled. Mazdamundi will be there next turn. Nakai is ambushing. Well, let's give the Empire some money to help them in their fight against the baddies. Let's do the same thing with the dwarves. Where are they? Dwarves. Ha, here they are. The strongest dwarves is Clan Angrent. Here, have 12,000 gold. Yes! What's my opinion of Solostra Deerfawn? I love Solostra Deerfawn. Solostra Deerfawn is an amazing character. She was super well designed. She fits perfectly in Warhammer Fantasy. She's a lot of fun. And I would love to see more CA original characters for factions that need them, like Norska. I really think Norska could use a CA original. That would fit very nicely. Okay. Alright. The Galleon's Graveyard. I would auto-resolve this normally, but I'm gonna fight it. Yeah, there's no point in lightning striking. It's literally a single person. Normally I'd auto-resolve it, but I'm sure you guys want to see the death of the pirates. Surtha Ek and a Famir Matriarch. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I want a Famir Matriarch. Legendary Lord. Famir Matriarchs are very, very cool. Would Warhammer be a good 4X type game? Yeah, I think so. I mean, there are some Warhammer 4X games. There's a 40k one. I forget what it's called, but it does exist. Ah, the Vortex. I love this map. I'm so glad you can actually see it in the background. I almost kind of wish this map had like some kind of weird gimmick with it. Like maybe the Vortex like has the ability to like send waves that like mess with you, or just give the defending player like powers. But yeah, can't have everything. You go there. You go in the center. Good. That's a good spread. All right, and we're gonna come at them from this direction. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing it this way, let's kind of double up. That'll give us a little bit better of a marching line. Because right now we're a little spread. There we go. Gorok's front and center. Lord Croc in the back. We got our speed racer Carnosaur, and Chameleon Skinks will take the stealth route. All right, let's kill some zombies. Forward! Gladius, yeah. Have I seen the new AOS game from Focus Interactive? I'm aware of its existence. I wasn't super impressed by the video they put out because it did not show anything. It was literally just a video that was like, look, it's like a movie, which was cool. But I will admit, I kind of rolled my eyes at it because, like, they showed it off, which was cool, but it doesn't even, like, it felt kind of low effort to me. Like, it was a nice cinematic, but they had a Storm Drake that didn't breathe lightning. It breathed fire like a normal dragon. So in my head, I'm like, okay, you put a Storm Drake in your game, but didn't do the research to, like, make sure it's using the right breath weapon? I don't know. That felt kind of... That felt very like, look, we're the first AOS game, give us money. Not, look, we're a good game, give us money. To me, at least. It feels like a cash grab. That being said, it has Night Haunts, so I'll probably try it. But I do not have high hopes for it. Oh my gosh, is he just gonna give me his artillery? What a sad boy. I say as I get shot in the face with a Necrofex. It's always so funny when the AI actually bothers redeploying because you can just, like, kill a ton of stuff. Whoa, run away, run away, run away! Ah! I spoke too soon! Activate the barrier. Activate the bigger barrier. Oh, they pissed off my Carnosaur. Well, they shouldn't have done that. Those chameleons are gonna take so much fire. Okay, let's get y'all, like, separated. Activate runaway stance. Okay. And that boat is, like, super annoying. We're gonna send Sotek straight down the chute. Because why not? One the best shot, one the worst shot. It was a shot. Let's see if we can get those chameleons out of there. Alright, Croc, let's get rid of all the ghosts, please. Gorok, activate a million buffs. Alright, let's get to work. Oh, God! I didn't see it. I did not see it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry! I didn't realize they had a bloated corpse. Wow, that bloated corpse got, like, insanely good value. Though it did open up their entire back line. Probably not the best shot I've ever seen, but, you know. More barriers. Where's my Carnosaur? Go kill that thing. Let's do a medium explosion right about there. Saurus! Shut down all these ranged units. Ah, I love dealing with these guys through Chameleon Skinks. It's so trolly and I love it. Forward! Let's knock those bombs. Okay, y'all can fall back. Gorok, you got Pirate Lords to kill. Carnosaur, kill the Colossus. Guys, forward, forward, forward! Activate missile resistance. Summon snakes. Drop a big bubble. Into them! Forward! I want all this garbage offline. Oh, crap! There was a donation earlier. I'm so sorry. I will check that as soon as this battle's over. Oh, that's the end of the vampire pirates. We now control the seas, gentlemen. You're hoping for Elspeth von Draken? Those are dangerous words in this ballpark. Elspeth. Gojira, dude, I haven't seen you in, like, forever. How's it going, man? Wonder if we lost those Chameleon Skinks. We only had, like, 5 left. No, we had 4 left, but we still got them. And we will occupy. The Dread Fleet is no more. Alright, all that stands between us and victory is taking... killing Clan Skarier and capturing a couple more capitals. We are very close to the end, my dudes. Very close. And the Galleon's graveyard is ours! Okay, that's everybody, right? Let's go ahead and hire an army out here. That way we've just got somebody in case, like, the Dark Elves get all in our face about it. What do I want? I guess we could get, like, a red-crested Skank Chief. Let's get one of the cool ones. Sacrifice of Luxgore. Leader of Skinks. Nice. Have 2 Stegodons. Off to a good start. And then let's get you some Skinks. That way, just so if we do get attacked, we've got somebody here who can who has 2 Dreadsaurians that can hold the line. Get you some Saurus. Alright. I think everybody's moved. Just kind of scoping around to double check. Yeah. Okay. How many sacrifices do we have? 400? Okay. But I think we're losing Sotek next turn, so we'll start saving up sacrifices. Could Crocgar and Grimlock take Archaon? Yes. It would be a fight. I tried your challenge, but just for fun, instead of Morthy or Archon, I did Throg on Legendary. Oh, cool. AV Pick Stream. Just so you know, we did change, haha, nerd. We did change the challenge so that instead of Morthy and Archon, it's now Imric and Archon. I'm also pretty certain my ass just got saved by SteamGuard from that account scam. Oh, dude, I've been sending out PSAs about it. People are falling for it. Sorry, can't watch your stream, not in the mood. That's okay, man. I appreciate you coming by. With Sons of Behemoth for Age of Sigmar Stone on the horizon, I would put any consideration into making a video on the lore of the giants in Warhammer Fantasy. I haven't, to be honest, but that wouldn't be, super hard to do. We could do something like that. Maybe as, a tie-in. Man, that's been, one of the slowest build-up releases in Games Workshop history. The Sons of Behemoth. Good lord, they have taken so long to put out anything about them. It's genuinely amazing. Give me speed. Okay, so this is where things are kind of gonna get ugly, because we're just gonna be getting attacked from every direction, I think, while trying to hold this Ikit Claw. So I guess I should just keep ambushing. I mean, don't fix what ain't broke, right? Who is this? Oh, this is you. Okay. You're just doing your job. Alright, Tehenhauin. Get over to the Temple of Tinklon immediately. Cleanse Corruption. And Nagashazar. We want... Ah, the Great Halls of Nagashazar. Very cool. But let's get that. Let's get Public Order. And let's get a Garrison. Let's get all that going. You can just sit there for a while. Crocgar's gonna keep up the good fight. Smashing greenskins left and right. Unintentional rhyme. Dragonfang Mount will upgrade next turn. Gorok has successfully claimed the Galleon's graveyard, but there are Skaven passing by us, which is kind of annoying. I guess we go after them. I mean, he's going to take just as much attrition as I do. So yeah, we'll just go after him. Because if we can kill that, then Gorok can turn right around and come help me smash rats in Astalia. While Nakai just holds on to Skaven Blight. Cool. Good morning, Nick. How you doing? Oh, Mazdamandi. Carrick Asgal. Goodbye. This is mine now. Oh my god, that faction is still alive. Please, no. No more, please! I'm so sick of greenskins. Okay, this is our foot dude. Let's get thick-skinned going. Can we get better equipment on these guys? Oh yeah, we can. Ooh, Venom of the Firefly Frog. That's always a good one. Yes! Give me all the goodies. Hey, Key Money, thanks so much for the nice words. I appreciate it. Thank you. See, you're on foot, but you're also running next to Mazda Mundi, so I guess we can do that. Oh, I hear Chloe on the move. Chloe, what are you doing, big girl? Wonder if she'll come in here. Sometimes she does. Though, knowing her, she's probably readjusting to sleep somewhere else. Okay, I think we're good to end the turn. I guess we could build this army up a little more. Give me something kind of... Yeah. And then... maybe some Croxigors? I could use some AP, so like maybe some basic Croxigors. Have I played Soulbound? I haven't. I own a digital copy of it, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. There was this, there was this one group that kind of wanted to play it with me, but unfortunately, like, some, like, weird time stuff happened, and they, or they wanted me to be, like, a guest character, but, like, I didn't hear anything from them from a really long time, and then they kind of came out of nowhere, and were like, oh, we're gonna do it, like, right now, and I wasn't able to get in time, which was a bummer. Hello, good morning. We had a discussion earlier today on the Discord about who would win between a Rat Ogre and a Crypt Horror. We concluded that the Crypt Horror would win. Any thoughts? Yeah, my money would be on the Crypt Horror. Like, a Rat Ogre would definitely be able to do more damage. Yeah, if we can ally with these guys. A Rat Ogre is more dangerous to... like, a Rat Ogre could kill more people much more effectively than a Crypt Horror could. But a Crypt Horror is much more durable and better in like a prolonged fight, and it's very tough compared to a Rat Ogre. So I do think that if you were to put them against one another, what would likely happen is that the... oh my gosh, they are building up over here. Let's see if I can... come on, come into my ambush. You know you want to. You know you want to. Okay, we're gonna save up for the Sotek one, because I've still got my other ones for a little bit. Kasabar, better walls. So much money. The Gashazar is gonna take forever to build up, that's fine. Let's go ahead and capture Flayed Rock. I mean, I'm not in a rush to play Soulbound. I'm curious if I would find it to be enjoyable or not. But I have a pretty hard time finding people to play with a lot of the time, which is kind of a bummer. Let's get that and Jungle Dominion. This is Carnosaur Boy. Oh wow, he is like almost entirely tricked out. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna work our way towards... I don't really care about any of these minor settlements. The only settlements I care about for Mazda Mundi are Karazakarak and Black Crag. Because I need those for like capture everything objectives. Let's see. What was I working on? We've got all of his yellow stuff, yellow tree stuff. Which one of these is for Stylodons? Epicentrist? Yes. And then I guess we could go ahead and pick up Spawnkin. It's fine. Give me that gem. Hey, Gnarl, how's it going? How is everybody today? I feel like we haven't talked in a bit, because I didn't stream yesterday, and then before that was the weekend, so it has been a few days. How's everybody doing? Y'all surviving? Hanging in there? Hey, Mole Spaghetti, how you doing? It's good to see you all. A lot of familiar faces in here today. That's always pleasing. Okay, we finally finished this stupid place. I'm gonna activate War Protocol, because this place gets attacked like all the damn time. How many captives, not slaves. So we don't put them to work, we put them to death. Surviving fine, doing good, doing good. Making some stock overnight. Ooh. What kind of stock? Is that an appropriate question? There are different kinds of stock, right? Like there's beef stock or chicken stock. Yeah, yeah. Who wins? A Croc or a Shopti? Ooh. My money would be on the Croc, but I also may be slightly biased. Chicken stock? Dude, there's so much good shit you can do with chicken stock. I'm not great. Bloody Insomnia is kicking my ass. Oh, I'm sorry, Kiro. Kira, I wish I could give you a little bit of my sleeps way too much, and in exchange you could give me a little bit of your able to stay awake for an absurd amount of hours. Just trade a little bit. That way we could both have regular sleep. Damn it, Icket Claw, you're not the one I wanted to ambush. Get out of here. Nerd. Oh, we did get that really, really nice buff, though. I wanted to catch Clan Molder, because Clan Molder's the one, like, building up next to us. Okay, Skullcrag is no more. They've confederated with Grimgore's Ard Boys. So, I'm curious, for everyone in chat who feels like chatting, are you someone that struggles with sleeping too much, or are you someone that struggles with sleeping too little? I'm curious. Gnarl, well, thanks so much for coming by, my dude. What are some downsides of worshipping Nurgle? Generally, the big downsides to worshipping Nurgle are that your body basically is going to become, like, completely and utterly distorted. So, you're going to basically lose all semblance of, like, normal function, and will begin to have a... Wow, look how stupid this balance of power is, considering how, like, hilariously pathetic this army is. I'll fight this one manually. I'll get into it more in a second. I'm curious to see what all these answers are. Exactly enough. Oh, look at... Kazoric just dunking on everybody. Too little... Usually not enough. Oh, usually not a struggle, luckily. That's good. You have an electrical defect in your heart? Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you got it fixed. Well, good. I'm so glad to hear that. Too little for exams, but usually too much. Fail fish. Too little, too much, too little, too much, too little. Severely too little. Oh, Ryan Clark, hang in there, buddy. Sleep perfectly. Seb's mad. Nice. Too little, too little, too little. Seems like it's mostly too littles. Sleep too much and still wake up tired. Razor Dragon, I have the same problem. And it's because of sleeping too much. If you sleep too much, you will wake up tired. It's the darndest thing, but it's like guaranteed that's gonna happen. It's like you gotta sleep just the right amount, or else you're gonna feel like total ass when you wake up. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. Another week with no Wood Elf news. Technically, there has been Wood Elf news. Kaio, Grace on Reddit basically said that I don't know if it was no news or no release, but if I recall correctly, she said no Wood Elf news until October. There will be no Lord Pack news until October. They've pretty much already said that. How does Nagash compare to Kalidor Dragon Tamer? They are what I would say are contemporaries, if that's the right word. They're equal. Alright, Croxagores, let's smash up some rats. Gotta get rid of all these stupid assholes with the armor piercing. Sally's! Nope. There. Where is their general? Because this is going to be an absolute massacre as long as I can get on their big lads. It's like all he has are slaves. Skaven slaves. So this is going to be pretty one-sided, I think. So long as we actually like get on them. There he is. Yeah, the balance of power is like, oh yeah, this will be like 50-50. What a riot. No wonder the Skaven are like so overwhelmingly powerful in the current patch. Balance of power is like totally up its own butt right now. Have I checked myself for sleep apnea? I do not have sleep apnea, and the only reason I can tell you that for certain is because it's a very well-known thing around my family. But I sleep very well. The only reason I tend to sleep too long is because I don't have a regular sleep schedule, which is what kills me. But I breathe normally when I sleep. I don't snore or anything. How many episodes deep is this? I have no idea, to be honest. I'll make a playlist out of it once we've completed the campaign. Do I expect ogres to get an anti-large gut plate? I don't know what they're going to do with ogres. I would like to see that. Anti-large and anti-infantry are really, really cool buffs, but I tend to really dislike that they don't seemingly have any form of counter. Like, if something is... Okay, that's as far as I can move if I don't want to ambush, and I do want to ambush. Like, as far as I can... I really dislike that they are abilities or modifiers, I guess you could call it, that there's not anything you can really do about it. It's just kind of there. And you just kind of have to deal with it, and I hate that. Okay, we got Sotek back. Does Kislev own any lands over the World's Edge Mountains? Sometimes they've attempted to. There's a pass. So if you're looking at the World's Edge Mountains, there's a pass right about here, which is known as I believe this is Peak Pass. Or is that the current? No, that's Peak Pass. God, what is this? High Pass? I think it's High Pass. But there's a pass up here that Kislev has attempted to expand through in the past. It doesn't always go super well. Whether or not they hold lanes over there successfully is kind of a toss-up, but they try. This land is my land, it is not your land. I've got a shotgun. I don't remember the rest of this stupid song from my childhood. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pick up the rest of Ancient Cunning. Oh, no. Actually, let's do Gift of the Jungle. Oh, wait, no. I'm, like, missing a ton of goodies. Okay, let's get Swift Rider and Hunt Leader. There we go. Look at me being all dumb. Give me Agility of the Lizard. And you can do Scarred Veteran. Cool beans. Let's max out the Sea Dragon's Teeth. Let's Garrison, make moving through here a lot faster. I can get Fur. That was a very American song. It is. It is an American song. It's a very silly, or it's when you learn it as a child, it's supposed to be about sharing land, which coming from America is honestly a little rich. But in my elementary school, people would often change the words to make it not quite so wholesome, so to speak. I think you accidentally put the Say So parody in the Heroes of Legend playlist. Did I really? Oh my gosh. Hold on, I have to check that. Because if so, that's amazing. No. Okay, Heroes of Legend. Just gonna remove that. That's really funny. I'm actually really glad you caught that and brought it to my attention, because I'm gonna be posting that playlist onto Reddit in any day now, and that would have been not great. Oh, Grimgor dare approach me? Me? Mazda Mundi the Great? Yeah, I've heard about that stupid garbage Twitch is doing. I'm not a fan of it. I don't mind Twitch wanting to find ways to get more ad revenue, but just forcing it, especially on smaller creators who will just lose viewers if an ad comes on a lot of the time. That's not an okay way to handle it. What they're doing is pretty not okay. It's rude in the extreme. Not a fan of it. Dude, these orcs are about to get just absolutely obliterated by superior firepower. I hope they're ready. Because I'm ready. Do y'all like my Temple Guard Legion, by the way? Just curious. My practically all rank 9 Temple Guard protecting the biggest boy. Come and get it, nerds. Oh, so what was that? So the downsides to worshipping Nurgle are that, well, first of all, hopefully you're okay with having a lot of disease, because you're going to be suffering from it. Like, even though Nurgle's minions tend to be immune to pain, that's not always the case. Also, you're the easiest to identify of the Chaos Servants a lot of the time, due to the fact that from a sound, from a visual, audio, and from like all 5 senses, you can be easily detected as a Nurglite, and people don't want to be around you. You also tend to suffer from they're very, very slow. Nurgle's main weaknesses come from that he has a very, very poor relationship with fire. You're probably going to have a lot of parasites living in your body, using you to replicate and perpetuate the cycle of life, just ever-increasing life. You also are probably going to, well, you're going to suffer from a lot of problems. It's kind of the TLDR, to be honest. Alright, let's have our Temple Guard kind of guard our flanks here, just to be safe. Come and get it while it's hot! I know this is bugged, but I'm gonna go ahead and just get it out of the way. Kill them all. Let's begin the fun. Sotak, big man, you're up. Thank you. Hey, Grimgor, have an arcane unforging on me. My pleasure. Let's get rid of those gobos. Y'all focus the Broken Tusk mob. You guys are doing great. Big guy, let's get this thing. Let's get some healing on Star Chamber Guardians. Dread Saurians having fun. Let's take out those gobos. Grimgor is getting absolutely torn apart. Ah, you know what? He's got it. Oh, never mind. Dude, Grimgor, get wrecked, man. Come here, bitch. Not in this house! I want that giant dead, please. Yeah! Open fire! Dude, Razordons are the best. They're such a good unit. Those armor-piercing missiles can just, like, if you catch somebody with them, it's a little hard to catch people with them. But if you can catch people with them, man, they will just absolutely ruin your A1 day. Teclis versus Mazda Mundi? Mazda Mundi by light years. Teclis is powerful, but he would struggle a lot against the Slon. And Mazda Mundi is like the biggest, baddest Slon. Razorons never work for you. You kind of have to. You gotta treat them like guns. Like they really have to have super generous positioning. But they do a ton of damage, and they do shoot out a lot of missiles. The only thing I don't like about them is they don't have like the tabletop gimmick where they like shoot faster if an enemy is close. But it's because they're already, like, really strong from a multiplayer perspective, so they don't want to buff them anymore, which makes me sad. Like, I understand, but it still hurts me. It still hurts. I still want my Razordons. Why does the multiplayer community get to have balance? I don't care about balance. No, it's like a bug. Even when they have a perfect arc, only 4 models will actually shoot. Have you tried reporting it on Reddit or Twitter? Because that's if you don't report it, it can't get fixed. Teclis's most powerful asset is plot armor. I would say Teclis's most powerful asset is that he's able to create like god tier potions. Which they do explain in his story how he's able to do it, but it's still a little ridiculous. Like, he's basically able to eliminate his one weakness being a factor an annoying amount of the time. Oh, shoot. I should be healing that dude. Get over here. Croc, dead Croc versus Kalidor the Dragon Tamer? Kalidor Dragon Tamer would beat dead Croc easily. Dead Croc is very, very powerful, but he's not, like... He's kind of a one-trick pony. That, like, a really sophisticated wizard would be able to handle. Like, I even think Teclis would be able to handle Dead Croc. No survivors. Were the Sky Titans more advanced than the Chaos Dwarves are now? Probably not. CA should have balanced them separately. Dude, you might as well have 2 different games at that point. That would be such a nightmare. I noticed that you hate puns. Do you care to explain? It's a meme. Don't worry about it. Is everyone else's audio weird? What's weird? Constant popping sound. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Has it stopped? It's not a common bug. It happens when I... sometimes I like when I'm trying to charge my phone, I have to keep it like a little close to the mic while I charge it. And whenever I do that, like fucking magic, somebody texts me. Like, it's usually my mother or like a friend or something. Also, let me read these tips here. Lord Winch. Hey, Sotek, can't watch the stream since midnight here, but loving everything you're doing, brother. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Lord Winch. I hope you're still here to hear that. Eldrin the Archmage says, remember to check the Discord with his celebration of a tier 3... Sorry, 3-month celebration of a tier 1 sub. There we go. Why am I checking Discord? Is there something I'm supposed to be checking? And Califax, thank you very much for the tip, my dude. Thank you for all your amazing content. Your lore videos made me love the Warhammer Fantasy Universe. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. And, oh, I nearly also forgot. We also are celebrating some membership anniversaries today. We have Kiro Haas becoming a member. Thank you very much, Kiro. And then we've got Jacques Trades, and Mr. D celebrating 3 months in a row being members on YouTube. Thank you very much. Anthony Strickling celebrating 11 months. Nicholas Kusela celebrating 21 months. And Sion the Emperor celebrating 27 months. Thank you all so much for the generous support, my guys. I really, really appreciate it. Sometimes it sounds like there's a helicopter on your room. If you're talking about like faintly in the background, that is my fan, which I am buying a new fan soon because it's just a box fan, so it's horribly simple technology and it's a piece of garbage. But I am there are some really, really nice ones you can buy nowadays that I was not aware of until very recently, that are much, much quieter. Do y'all still hear stuff, or is it like, it's fine now? Oh, wait, no. Asking Priest is back. Nice. One fan, so it's your only fan? Ah. Nice. No. My only fan is obviously my Scaly account. Obviously. Diogo! Nice, dude! What was your campaign about? Oh, thanks, Goji. You weren't following me this entire time, you rude bastard. How dare you? Get spanked. Unfortunately, the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay series is done. At least as far as I could tell for the moment. As much as I would love to continue it, we kind of just started running into more and more and more scheduling issues, and it's been so long since our last session that getting the band back together, so to speak, would be kind of an ordeal. I mean, maybe one day, if, like, I just have, like, a massive set of inspiration where I can just go on and, like, get everything ever finished on the Roll20 account, and then maybe try and lure them back in, with, like, traps or something. But as of right now, there are no plans to bring it back, just because it just got to the point where it wasn't feasible to keep trying to schedule people, and it just fell apart. There was a Skaven warlord with a warpstone sword, and he was attacking a minor dwarfhold. Very cool. How many players do y'all have? Okay, all my stuff is gonna wear off next turn, so we'll renew it then. It's gone now. Okay, yeah, so it was my phone. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's like a clicking noise. You killed a basilisk, though? You did. Well, you killed an old basilisk, but yes, Goji, you did kill a basilisk. Conquest of the world looks glorious. It is going glorious. We are very close to final victory. We're not painting the map, granted, but we are going for the long campaign victory. Your players failed to save the hold? Oh, bummer. Where would I rank Scrag the Slaughterer as a spellcaster? Scrag the Slaughterer is... I would healthily describe him as one of the best support wizards in Warhammer Fantasy. He's not generally that crazy dangerous as, like, if you put him up against another wizard and they're trying to kill each other with magic, I don't think Scrag the Slaughterer would be super high on the list. But if you're, like, putting wizards in armies and you're like, okay, which of these guys is the most dangerous? Scrag is very, very high up the list. He is super dangerous. Okay. God. Okay, so Gorok is going to go ahead and head for Babale, so that he can destroy the Skaven there. I think we'll just leave Tehenhauin at home for now. Like, as tempting as it is to send him out, I think we just need to have, like, a guard. Let's send this guy towards Sildrator, just to make sure the Dark Elves don't get wise. Nakai's got his skink back, so he should be able to fight just about anything. But I don't want to leave Skaven Blight just yet, because it's still pretty vulnerable. So we're just gonna keep ambushing and hopefully catch some rats. Mazdamundi will take Valea Sorrow, because we're heading towards Black Crag. Tic-Tac-Toe is watching over Nagashazar while it gets stabilized. We're heading for Pig Barter, which, as Mandalore says, is the most important city in the game. And yeah, looking good. Oh, dang it, I forgot to do sacrifices. That's okay. Does Nurgle lock mortals in cages? Nurgle himself, not so much. The only person that he tended to keep in a cage was his Pox Fulcrum, which is the entity that he tests disease on. And in Warhammer Fantasy, that was revealed to be Shalia during the end times. But, however, it did seem that because Shalia was the one he tested diseases on, she was also able to, like, find out cures to them and sneak those off to the mortal world occasionally. But there is a demon of Nurgle who is very, very keen on capturing mortals and keeping them as, like, ingredient parts or test subjects, and that's Kugoth Plaguefather. Kugoth Plaguefather loves capturing people from the mortal world as ingredients. What's important about Pig Barter? Nothing. It's just a joke. If you've seen Mandalore Gaming's review video on Total War Warhammer, you'll see it in there. On which continent would I live if I was a real person I had to choose? I would probably live... I would either live in the Southern Empire or maybe somewhere in Talea. Probably in Talea. It would depend on my negotiating power. But Talea or the Southern Empire would probably be your best bet at living a life that doesn't suck horribly, and you get to die of old age. That would probably be your best bet. Isn't Pigbarter a town on the Silk Road? Yes. Well, I don't believe this is the Silk Road. I believe this is the Spice Road. The Silk Road is further up. It's up here by Karasakarak. Silk Road's this way, Spice Road's this way. Because the Spice Road takes you to End. The Silk Road takes you to Cathay. I'd miss out on the Lizardmen? Well, if I was just a human, I don't think hanging out with the Lizardmen would be a very good time, to be honest. Especially because I would be living in the jungles, and the jungles of the Warhammer Fantasy universe are way worse than our jungles, and our jungles already suck. So, I'm going to go ahead and give that a big no thanks. I'll never forget my, the first time I ever left the country, my sister also left the country at the same time, and I went to England, for, things involving, you know, Warhammer, because I've been there a handful of times, and, but my sister went out to visit a friend of hers who was, like, in the Peace Corps, I think. And my sister went to a place called, Tamer, I think. But she visited, like, Korea and a bunch of places in Indonesia, but I know she spent, like, a decent amount of time in a place called Tamer, if memory serves. And I'll tell you what, she came home so insanely sick. It was genuinely amazing how sick she was when she came home. Because she got something called dengue fever. Not good. It was not good. She was in a bad state for a little while. Will we get a faction for each Chaos God? Maybe. I will note, she did not get, like, one of the really bad versions of dengue, but it was dengue. And she was basically told by the doctor, if I remember, he said something along the lines of, like, alright, you've had dengue fever, so you're like, you survived and you're okay now, but, like, you can't go back there. Like, you can't go back to that country, because because apparently you can get, like, multiple forms of it, and if you get multiple forms, like, every time you get a new form, your chance of dying goes up substantially, or something along those lines. So he was like, yeah, no more, you're not allowed to go to those countries anymore. Like, if you want to go visit a country and they have dengue, you say no. But, like, we don't have dengue in the States, at least to my knowledge. Definitely not in Texas, or at least North Texas. So, like, the doctors that she went to, my family physician at the time, super smart group of doctors. Like, I miss them so much because I can't afford them after I aged out of my parents' health insurance. So, like, I pay for my own health insurance now, which is where most of my monthly expenses go as an American, because my country hates people and wants us all to die, and they're doing a great job of it. But, anyway, they were like, they were trying to figure out what was wrong with her for the longest time, And they were finally like, okay, hold on. There's like, so the country you were at, there's like this disease called dengue, but we like don't have any tests for it because we've never seen it here before. Like, never. Not like it's been a while or it's rare. Like, they had never seen it before in the area we live. So they were like, okay, we gotta like figure something out here. And so they had to like scrounge up a test for my sister, which was kind of silly. But yeah, they tested her and they were like, oh, yep, you've definitely got it. Okay, I need to get rid of all these storm vermin so my guys can shut down all these freaking rattling guns. This hurts! Stop it! Okay, you kill the Master Assassin, the rest of you are with me. Kill the ranged units, damn it! You, come here. Hey, Guacamole, thanks so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm just gonna do my best to run down a lot of these units. Eventually, they'll suffer army losses, but we kind of gotta stay on them until that time comes. Don't let them shoot. Okay, you want like right there. Oh, I hate this. I hate when the AI is like, oh, I forgot about all my chameleons. I hate when the AI is almost like entirely made up of just ranged garbage. So all it does is run away and reposition the entire battle. It is just the worst. Because it's just, it takes forever to catch anything with lizardmen. I feel like 50% of the battles against Skaven are on this map. Well, this is their small settlement map, so yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, unfortunately, the map diversity for settlements are kind of sad a lot of the time. I mean, Skaven have a couple, and they do stand out from one another. Like, they have the one that's kind of underground with, like, the giant lake in the middle, or the giant underground river. That one's pretty exciting. This one is, like, functional, but if you get it a lot, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I get it. It's the year of the rat as well, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And, oh, boy, has it felt like it. It's definitely been the year of the Skaven type of rat, not the year of the rat type of rat. Not cute rats, nasty rats. Is Karl Franz really the greatest statesman of the old world? Oh yeah, absolutely. Karl Franz is like one of the best diplomats in Warhammer Fantasy. Like, he actually is able to get a lot of factions to come to the negotiating table who normally wouldn't. Like, when the elves and the dwarves have to deal with each other, generally it goes really poorly, really fast. But Karl Franz has actually gotten them to, like, cease punching each other in the face, and actually, like, be willing to talk, to, like, deal with greater threats and stuff like that. I mean, probably one of Karl Franz's most impressive achievements as a statesman was when he just, like, walked into Athel Loren, which most people who just walk into Athel Loren get immediately shot in the face and die. But Karl Franz basically, like, walked in, completely like, with no guard or anything and just threw up his hands and was like, there's, like, really bad stuff going on. I know you're aware of it because there's, like, weird stuff going on with the terrain. Like, I want to help you guys help me. Instead of just making this my problem, why don't we, like, agree to fight together? And the Wood Elves are actually kind of like, oh, this guy's kind of, like, making us look bad. I guess we should help him. What happened to Fran's soul? We don't know. It seems insinuated that the Celestant Prime, who is like the biggest, baddest of the Stormcast, is Karl Franz, but it has not been confirmed yet. But what very, very little we know about the Celestant Prime does seem to lean towards it being Karl Franz, which I would love. I miss Franz. I only have 19 units in this army. Heresy. I feel like the Lizardmen are better diplomats. Dude, the Lizardmen are terrible diplomats. Like, to be frank. The Lizardmen are capable of speaking a lot of, like, every language, pretty much. But they are horrible diplomats a lot of the time. The Lizardmen just kind of do stuff and expect everyone to be okay with it because the Lizardmen know what's best, at least in their mind they do. And if you're not getting with the program, they will absolutely destroy your face. I thought Vandis Hammerhand was Karl Franz. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I would have heard about that if that was the case. What are good books for reading about Franz? The only books Franz really shows up in are the Swords of Justice series, which revolves around Ludwig Schwarzhelm and Kurt Helborg. Karl Franz shows up a lot in those books. But Karl Franz doesn't have his own series, which is so dumb. I never understood why we didn't get, like, a trilogy about Karl Franz. It never made any sense to me. It's like one of the greatest insults to Warhammer Fantasy is that Karl Franz never got a set of novels. Hey, Talkintar, thanks so much for subbing with Twitch Prime. I really appreciate it. How did Mazda Mundi get so thick and luscious? Also, why are the thick frog guys who need magic floating wheelchair things inherently magical? It's not that they're inherently magical and then they have these other physical traits. It's that the old ones designed them to be so inherently magically powerful that their magical prowess was put ahead of all of their other traits. So the reason the Slann are thick boys and, like, and they don't necessarily need their chairs to get around, but there's a lot of little nitty-gritty details about why they use the chairs. But it certainly helps them. The reason they're not, like, physically powerful is because the old ones basically invested all of their development points into their intellect and magical prowess. You know what? Instead of fighting wide, I'd rather fight narrow. Because it makes Lord Croc's job, like, 1,000 times easier. It's actually easier for me to defend from missile fire if I'm just like a big blob. Stink the chameleons around the back. Let's ride. I'm enjoying the stream a lot. Well, that's so great to hear. Thank you. Always happy when people are enjoying themselves. That's what we hope to do around here. Franz had an unfair window tax. Felix said so. Well, Felix did participate in the window tax riots. But it's worth noting that Franz often is not involved with a lot of the politics around Altdorf. Although he is the Prince of Altdorf, he can't be there all the time. He, of course, has to spend a significant amount of time being a big general and a bunch of other stuff. So he often has to kind of delegate to what's known as the Reichland Diet, which are the leading lords and ladies of Reichland and Altdorf, who often make curious decisions that lead to issues. Stop shooting me, you turds! We should probably get the Carnosaur under control. Chameleons, cut them off! I hate when armies are led by Master Assassins, because they're just so annoying. Right about there. Okay, let's pull these skinks out. Pull back the Saurus. Let the little annoying skinks just run them off for a minute. Reform the line! Millions. Chase that group. Fine if the garrison sacrifices themselves, that bothers me none. Right about there's good. Not my best cast. Reform the line. Reform the line. Block that. Forward. Well, that's very rude. What is my opinion on Elder Scrolls lore? It's good. It's fun. I'm not super knowledgeable on it, but I've enjoyed the bits and pieces I know about it. It seems like a good time. Oh, where's my Carnosaur? Send him to mess all this nonsense up. Activate all the things. Alright, that looks like it's just about all of them. Get rid of these death runners. This should pretty much break Clan Scryer, I think. He doesn't have a ton of stuff. At this point, he's mostly relying on just spam. Nicely done, children. Nicely done. Do all Slann look alike or just very similar? They all look very similar. They don't look like carbon copies of each other, but you can tell they're the same species, but there are notable differences between them, such as coloration. Some are larger than others, some have, like, different piercings or tattoos and all sorts of other stuff. I don't think it's confirmed yet, but a lot of people think throughout the Unclean, some tasty clan molder units are coming in the Wood Elves DLC. Got any interesting Throt facts? Bert Geronimo, if you type in, I think it's ! social? But, if you go to my YouTube channel, which you can see down below if you scroll down on Twitch, I actually have an entire video dedicated to Throt the Unclean, how I think he'll work, what units could possibly come with him, yada 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 yada. It's like a whole thing. You can do that to your heart's content. Razor, get out! Are Shadow Wizards Gandalfs? No, well, they're Grey Wizards. So I guess in that sense, they are Gandalfs in that they are the Greys. However, I would say that they're probably not very much like Gandalf in personality and temperament. Alright, Black Crack is mine. Another city claimed for Sotek. Good job, Mazda. Oh, I lost one of my heroes. That's what I lost. That's very rude. Was he killed or assassinated? Lords and heroes. Oh, he was killed. He was wounded. Okay. Well, that's good at least. He's gonna be a little upset if he had been like just absolutely murdered. Okay. Tic-Tac-Toe can now leave Nagashazar, so let's send him to the Fortress of Vorag. And Krokgar will head for Mount Greyhag. Making progress! Alright, and then Nakai is going to upgrade his Skink Priest. And then murder this fool. Get here. Oof, that was a little painful. So let's fall back to Skaven Blight. Heal up. Why don't you move a little further just to be safe. Gorok, let's smash some rats. Oh, I lost a Saurus unit? What a little crap. Oh, you leveled up twice? Nice. Okay. I think everybody moved except for Tehenhauin. I guess we could send Tehenhauin out. I don't need to babysit Lestria. Yeah, let's send him to help out with the Skaven. Which legendary lord hated Grimgor the most? Who hated Grimgor the character who probably hated Grimgor Ironhide the most that actually, like, had the chance to interact with him? Probably, I would say probably Ungrim or Archaon? Archaon really hated Grimgor once everything that happened. I mean, those two had a pretty serious rivalry, and although Archaon won, it was not nearly as smooth as he needed it to be. And ended up costing him rather heavily. I don't know, a lot of characters didn't really get to interact with Grimgor. I would probably say Ungrim, because Grimgor did lay siege to Carrick Ungrim for, like, at least a good while. And the dwarves really couldn't do anything about it. Like, Ungrim's oath as a king prevented him from going out to, like, just challenge Grimgor to a duel and, like, die as a Slayer would. So he just kind of had to sit in his hold and with his people and just wait Grimgor out, because Grimgor eventually got bored and left. Are there, like, any really, really noticeably bigger Slann? No, not really. Why didn't the Lizardmen have protagonism in the end times? I have no idea. I'm not a writer at GW. Thorgrim goes to Blackcrag and finds the Toad King there. That would be pretty interesting, wouldn't it? Oh, good. The vampire counts are dead. That means that Reichland owns Castle Drakenhof. That's awesome. So that's a point towards our desire to own everything. Well, Sylvania lasted a pretty long time. Almost turned 200. He wasn't a very big threat for most of those turns, but, you know, he was alive, which is more than can be said for most campaigns. Vampire counts need help. My gosh. Even their AI, like, even if it starts off strong, or if, like, the Empire's getting its ass kicked by somebody else, it always gets run over, no matter what. Which is just so sad. It's so sad. Alright, and we're just gonna kind of hide in here for a hot minute. Wait for my other character to regenerate. Gorok's gonna march for Magritta. Tehenhauin is going to just keep I guess Tehenhauin should just go for Sartosa. You're gonna defend the Fallen Gates, just in case Hellebron gets handsy. And Nakai's just gonna chill out right about there. I guess, yeah, that's fine. Until he's fully healed. Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. I don't care about any of this. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and do the Untainted one. Help us get control over Nagashazar a little better. How physically strong are the Slann? Not very. They're rather tenacious. Like, they can take a fair amount of strain and they can take a hit for sure. But they are not physically strong. They're like roughly equivalent to like a man in strength. If I were to create my own new Chaos God, or at least a Chaotic God like Stromfels, what would it be, and would it have demons of its own? If I were to create my own Chaos God, or a God's like it. I mean, I definitely would, if I was given the option, because, like, why not, right? I don't know what it would be of, though. You know, honestly, I think if I were to create a Dark God just to have something, like, really interesting and, like, see how it could be, like, horrifying, I think I would go for, like, I'd go for, like, a God of empathy. Like, a God who, like, and try and twist it into something sinister. Like, a God who's, like, super all about being, like, caring and... like, looking, like, just being obsessed with others and helping them achieve their goals and like understanding their struggles and relating to them, but it's like this really sinister dark force that like gets something out of it. I don't know, I have to think about it to try and like develop that idea. A yandere god? Oh god, the anime's invading. Yeah, I don't know, I'd have to think about it. Like some of the Daedric princes, yeah, I guess that'd be one way to say it, is like go more of a Daedric prince route. Magritta says this will be a hard siege. I disagree. One of my favorite Clan Molder units, which one do I think the most likely are to be added? Bert, the ones that I think are the most likely to be added, I think Wolf Rats and Brood Horrors are guaranteed. I think Wolf Rats and Brood Horrors are like 100% locked in if we're getting Clan Molder. And I would say that my favorite Clan Molder unit would probably be Wolf Rats. Wolf Rats are just super freaking cool unit. Outside of that, I mean, I guess usually there's 3 units in a Lord pack. So I guess Giant Rats would be the last unit. I could really see Giant Rats. Like I could see like Giant Rats being kind of your equivalent to Chaos Warhounds. And then you'd have like you'd have Giant Rats equivalent to your Warhounds. And then you'd have you'd have Wolf Rats equivalent to like Norskin Ice Wolves, where they are like a larger and more elite variant. And yeah, I think it makes sense. And then you have Brood Horrors being like a big scary monster. Just gonna bomb the wall, I guess. Come on, Saurus, let's go! Please stay focused. It is important to stay focused. Sotek, kill these storm vermin, I guess. I'll be amazed if he actually hits. Yeah, no, totally missed. Thanks, babe, you're the best. What are you doing? Climb. I have a question for the contest. No recruitment at all? Yes. Well, okay. So for the endurance contest, you're not allowed to recruit any new units. You can switch out your Lord if you want. So like if you're playing the Emmerich campaign, but you want to play with an Archmage, that's fine. But you're not allowed to recruit any new units. You're not allowed to recruit any new heroes. However, if you acquire a new hero through like an event, so like Archon the Black has a guaranteed event that will spawn a hero of his choice, you can keep that hero. But you cannot actively recruit any new characters, if that makes sense. And you can't like make a second army or get any new units or any of that other stuff. It is difficult. But it's meant to be difficult. And some people have already pulled off some, like, pretty freaking insane stuff already. Like, people have already managed, playing as Emmerich and not recruiting a single new unit, have already managed to, like, completely defeat Clan Eshin on Legendary difficulty. Which is nuts. But remember, as long as you submit a run, even if you don't win, you're still entered into drawings to win free keys for a Total War Warhammer DLC of your choice. So don't forget that. So you could still get something pretty cool. Can you confederate? No. Because Total War is in effect. So if you're playing as the event, if you're playing in the event, you have to declare war on every faction the second you meet them, and you have to stay at war with them. Also, you cannot occupy settlements for any reason. So you can't confederate new settlements, you can't occupy new settlements, you can't occupy ruins, like, you get nothing. You get nothing! Good day, sir. You're meant to endure as long as possible with basically just what you start with. And if you lose your capital, you lose your run. Like, it's over. Brood Horrors are awesome, dude. Because the thing about Brood Horrors, Bert, is that they have a couple of cool abilities. One is that they're kind of like the big bad poisonous unit for Clan Boulder. They also are freakishly fast. Like, they are a monstrous size entity that is faster than almost all forms of cav. They've got a lot of, like, which is very spooky. They can also be taken as a mount for, like, warlords, which would be super duper awesome. Like, please, yes, give me Brood Horror Warlord mount. In addition to having just like a wild one. Plus, I would not be surprised if they gave us the Brood Horror if Throt the Unclean got one as a mount to give him a mount option. To help him stand out a bit more. And when Brood Horrors die, they explode, which I really hope they actually have that feature. Well, they don't really... It's not so much an explosion as it is their bodies, like, collapse into, like, this disgusting and very hazardous pile of sludge. Which I find truly amazing. Oh, crap. Wait, who is this? Oh, Clan Rictus. That's a pretty punk-looking army, bro. You, get over there. How likely is Clan Mulder? To me, it seems like practically guaranteed, but I have been wrong before. So, obviously, it's not guaranteed until they lock it in. There have been picks in the past that, in my mind, have been completely nonsensical. Oh, God, we're so close. I don't care. You can have all of Naggaroth. It doesn't matter to me. All I care about is finishing off Clan Scryer. That's all that matters to me now. If you start with multiple armies like Khazrak, could you take... Well, Khazrak's not one of the options. For the current Endurance Challenge, you can only play as either Emmerich or Archon the Black. I should have replaced Morthy with Throg. Well, too late. That ship's already sailed. And I kind of wanted to stay away from the Horde armies right now. Because I plan on doing something else with them later. How are Vermin Lords created? Generally, the way Vermin Lords are created is if a Skaven accomplishes something, like, insanely amazing, they are basically, like, taken by the Great Horned Rat, and they are ascended into a Vermin Lord. So the Vermin Lords are basically demon princes. I believe every single one of them used to be a Skaven that was basically lifted up by the Great Horned Rat to evolve into a Vermin Lord. It's not always when they die. Sometimes it happens. I definitely recruited a unit. Why didn't it... Strange. Oh, because I destroyed the building. Because I'm an idiot. Good to know. Okay, you march to Tabaro. What would happen if Naruto was in fantasy? He would probably get killed by some kind of wizard or monstrous abomination because the Warhammer world is super dangerous. I don't know. Maybe he'd survive. I'm not sure how anime characters would handle the Warhammer Fantasy Universe. It seems like it'd be kind of complicated to figure that out. Fortress of Vorag. We better get Vorag in the game at some point, or I'm going to riot. Please, please, Daddy CA, give us Vorag. He's such a damn cool character. I need it. Let's go ahead and grab that, just in case. And that one, just in case. Next stop, Crookback Mountain. Alright. Mazda Mundi. Squish. We're just gonna hold Black Crag for a hot minute. Tehenhauin is on his way. And Croc, or Nakai needs to capture Merigliano. Do I let him come outside, or do I smash him indoors? I think I smash him indoors. Edward Elric from FMA becoming the Incarnate of Metal. I feel like Full Metal Alchemist becoming an Incarnate of anything would be a little ridiculous. But also kind of like a limiting waste of their power. They can do so much more than be bound by any one of the Winds of Magic. Could Laura Croft survive fantasy? Probably. Vermin Lord Queek is a terrifying thought. Yeah, Queek definitely should have become a Vermin... When Queek managed to kill Belegar, he should have been allowed to be lifted up into a Vermin Lord. How is Thanquol still alive age-wise in Age of Sigmar? I believe in the end times, the logic they use to explain how Thanquol has maintained his youthful vigor despite being exceptionally old even by human standards, but especially by Skaven standards, is that, well, being a Gracier helps. But the big thing is that he's snorted so much Warpstone that his bones are now made out of Warpstone. Like, he is literally just walking Warpstone. Which is amazing. And, here, we'll start over here, and then we'll run and smash this gate open and then go around the back. As for how he's still alive in Age of Sigmar, basically, when the world blew up, for whatever reason, he basically got thrown into God Jail. So instead of allowing him to die with the world exploding, the Great Horned Rat basically, like, picked him up and chucked him into some kind of extra-dimensional prison. And for whatever reason, he never, like, let him out until Age of Sigmar. Thanquol managed to break his way out somehow. Nobody knows how. But he managed to basically bust out of a prison that a god made for him. and was like, all right, I'm free now. And then he returned, and the world he returned to was the Age of Sigmar world. That's it. Cool, Bert. Glad you agree. Alright, summon the angry snake god. Oh, I'm stupid. I should have used that somewhere else. In fact, if I can get them close enough. We might just be able to hit him from here. I hate the Skaven summon. It's so stupid. Shoot the hell pit! It's flammable. Oh, never mind. I'll just punch the shit out of it. You guys look like you could use an Arnsapal's Black Horror. Here. Have one on me. My treat. Having a hard time finding like a safe spot for the Sallies. Maybe over here. Okay, everybody go past the hell pit. Except Nakai. Nakai, you can fight it. Come on, children. Okay, let's put this down there. We're just gonna do a Thunderbolt. Then a Comet. Sally's just leave, dude. Just go. Just go. Get out. Go on, get. Where the hell is that warp lightning coming from? That spell does not have infinite range. The only thing I can see that could be casting it is Icket. I hear you like chain lightnings. Please enjoy. That'll be a good question for today. What characters is everybody hoping to see at some point? What's everybody's favorite character that's not in the game? Why are there no Dreadsaurians? Because I didn't want a Dreadsaurian in this army. I wanted Croc scores. So I took all Croc scores. What? That didn't break it? Maybe he moved it out of the way when I wasn't looking. How rat ogres can knock over Nakai is beyond me. Gonna be honest. There's that little shit. Kill him. I see Icket. And everybody's angry. You're hoping for Elspeth von Draken? Disappoint. Why is there no Zacharias the Ever-Living? Right? Sisters of Twilight, Sisters of Twilight. Vorag, Bloody Tooth, Abarash, Thankwol. Why do Centigores drink more than Gores? I honestly don't know. I'd have to double check. All I know is that it is a substantial amount of their... It is a substantial part of their story, is that they are significant drinkers. Give up, Icket! Just die already! Just hurry up and embrace non-existence. Oh, okay, Living Legend. I really don't want a Legendary Lord, I just want Pratons and Jabberslice. That's fair. Eric Johansson. Do you ever play with mods like SFO? I kind of like how it feels more lore-friendly. If no, why? Okay, so... Two reasons. Number one, the main reason I don't play with a lot of mods, I play with very, very few mods, is that I kind of have a system where I am very actively trying to, like, stay on top of a lot of aspects of the game. Like, I try and stay on top of the meta for multiplayer. I try and stay on top of what all issues the game has. Like, I really want to try and stay in tune with, like, okay, what kind of problems what are the big bugs the game has? What are the big features that the game really needs better developed? What are some glaring things that I think should be put into the game or fixed or yada yada yada? And I find personally that it becomes much more difficult for me to stay strongly in tune with those things if I am playing with an overhaul mod, because it changes the game too much. It changes the game so much that if I were to, like, spend a lot of my time, which I do playing this game, but if I were to spend a lot of that time playing a heavily modded version of the game, I would, in my opinion, start to lose focus of the original game, which would make doing what I do a lot harder. The second thing is that I appreciate SFO. It's a really cool mod, and I love that people love it, and I hope that people continue to really enjoy it. However, I do not consider it a lore-accurate mod. It takes a lot of liberties, and it adds in a lot of stuff from really bizarre sources. And it goes it goes too far. It's trying to swing for a home run, but in doing so it kind of ended up using methods and rules that changed it into being something just completely different. Although I will never yuck somebody's yum, and I always encourage people to find a mod that improves their experience and just have fun with it, regardless of what that mod is. I always kind of... I can't help but be a little like, when people want to hold up certain mods as lore accurate. It's very, very rare. that a mod that claims to focus on lore actually does. Usually they get caught up in really silly or minor goofy things that end up kind of ruining the point. But like I said, like if you love it, great, that's awesome. Okay, Merigliano is ours. Lord Croc is max level! Let's capture Tabaro. Yeah, you're nerds. Alright, Estalia is now under Lizardman control. Good riddance. Tehenhauin is going to head for Sartosa. We're still upgrading our garrisons. Crocar's heading to Crookback Mountain. Tic-Tac-Toe is heading to Darkhold. I really want... Dude, Tarks! Yes, dude. Oh my god, I want Tarks so bad. I think the Sisters of Twilight are who I'm hoping for the most right now. Once the Sisters of Twilight... Hopefully we get... I really, really hope they're who we're getting in the Lord Pack. But if we get the Sisters... If we could get Sisters of Twilight and... the Sisters of Twilight and Throt the Unclean, I would be absolutely over the moon. But then from there... Oh, Tarks. Oh, Tarks. Such a big bad bull, dude. And how can you not love it? Like, a colossal minotaur, so a doom bull, but he's made out of brass. Like, he's like an infernal brass machine. Because he's been so blessed by Khorne's rage. Like, oh my god, I just love it. I love it. I want it injected straight into my veins. So how are we doing on our objectives? We own all of Lustria. We don't control enough capitals yet. How are we doing on the list, though? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Carrick 8 Peaks is one of them. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need 17 of these. God, that is fucking nightmarish. Alright. So we could get pretty easily Carrick 8 Peaks, Karazakarak, and Sartosa. That'll put us at 15. Then I guess we could go for maybe Corone and Altdorf after that. So Mazdamundi needs to hit... Okay, yeah, I think we can go ahead and do that now. Let's go ahead and send Mazdamundi to hit Carrick 8 Peaks. And then we can send... We'll send Gorok to the Oak of Ages. Nakai, after capturing Lucini, will go to Altdorf. Tehenhauin will take Sartosa and kind of defend our southern area here. Okay, oh god, we're so close. We're so close! Okay, I think we're done for this turn, though. Surprised Nagashazar isn't considered one of, like, the super places. Wait, I lied. Don't do that. Do that. 16 turns. Good grief. Okay. Any of our stuff running out soon? No, we're doing okay. We're not under attack anywhere, so I don't think I need the skink buff. Are there any Slaanesh Beastmen? Yeah, they're called Slongors. Every Dark God has Beastmen. As for, is there a special character that represents Slaanesh? Goros Warhoof, I would say, like, if there are the Beastmen, none of the Beastmen characters are technically god aligned, but every single one, or there is at least one that represents one of the dark gods very, very well. Goros Warhoof, who is a hilarious drunken bastard, but is also known as the father of 1,000 sons, because he has fathered over 1,000 Centigors. I would say with the absurd amount of excess in that dude's life, he definitely represents Slaanesh. I would say that Moonclaw being a Moonclaw is probably more undivided. For Nurgle, I would definitely go with Slugtongue. Slugtongue is literally just famine and pestilence embodied, but he's the famine fiend. That's definitely Nurgle. Then you have for Tzeentch, I would probably say Malagor or Morgr. Either one of them represents Tzeentch very, very much. Oh, dude, don't look to me for pronunciations. That is not my ace. God, I really hope that's the last Clan Scryer army. That would make me so happy. Bye-bye. It's got plague and it's burning down. Delightful. All your stuff belongs to me, greenskins. Hopefully this is helping them turn the tide against helping the dwarves turn the tide. Poor little stunties. They've just been getting, like, spanked all game. Sorry I took so long, my dudes. Yeah, this guy should be a joke. Oh god, so many of my allies are unreliable. Hey, Sean Lee! Thanks so much for becoming a member, my dude. I really appreciate it. Also, there was definitely a donation earlier. Captain Kool-Aid donated $7.32. Thank you. No message, but thank you. I really appreciate the support. Mr. Lee, thanks again. Enjoy the emotes, my dude, and be sure to connect your Discord account to your YouTube account. That way you get access to the secret chamber. Thank you. Would Tarox or Ogrex the Great be closer to Khorne, or is that Khazrak? No, Tarox. Tarox is like the big... Technically, Ogrex was like a big follower of Khorne already, but Tarox is definitely Khorne's like favorite boy of the Beastmen. Like not even a contest. Whenever Tarox starts going on a rampage, Khorne is just like watching from the stands in the Realm of Chaos and is like, that's my boy! Even though he made Khorne a little upset once, or he pissed off one of Khorne's demons. Because there was a demon that was sent to talk to Tarox and like make him into what he became, but Tarox was so enraged that he like bit its head off. Which is why he has that weak spot in his throat. Because the demon whose head he bit off was super pissed about it, and so like manifested that weak spot for him. Ungrel Forehorn represents Malal. Well, Malal, unfortunately, is not a Warhammer Fantasy entity. But if anybody was going to among the Beastmen, I guess Ungrel would not be a bad candidate. If they were to add Jabberslice, how would they do it? Well, you'd be able to recruit them. I mean, a lot of the creatures that join Chaos armies are not technically recruited. They tend to be more entities that just sort of join up Okay, yeah, these are definitely the last armies. Yes! Get out of here! Clan Scurrier is dead! Okay, that's all that's left. The only thing that's left is we have to capture 17 capitals. And we win. It's over now. It's all ogre now. But anyway, a lot of the bad guy armies don't like technically recruit the monsters that join them. Usually the monsters just kind of end up like or like when they're making enough noise and they've gathered enough power, the monsters will just kind of be drawn to them and sort of follow them around. Which so like Jabber Slice, if we get them, we better get them, will just be recruitable monsters. I am not joining a war against the Wood Elves because I don't want them invading me until I'm ready for it. Okay. Okay, that's the short campaign victory, but we're not calling it there. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. I require total victory. So saith Sotek. My empire is vast, but it's not done yet. It's not done yet! Okay. Is that army even good? Not particularly. Oh good, Tehenhauin's here. Why are all the Bretonnians considered unreliable? That's a little sketch. Let's see. Odin Egg! Oh, thanks so much for the tip, my dude. That's very, very nice. Well, I tried Soulstorm and you were right. I've never been more frustrated. It's not bad, it's just annoying. Ah, I told you, man! I told you! Yeah, I did not have a good time with Soulstorm. I didn't, like... Oh, man. That was so frustrating. Yeah, that game's a pain in the ass. Let's see. Kellwig! Longtime lurker and lover of your YouTube videos, not a lore question, but what's the main mechanical improvement / feature you'd like to see or envision seeing in Warhammer 3? Okay, so first of all, thank you very much for the kind words. And I'm also super glad to see you here. Second of all, in answer to your question, my biggest thing that I think has to happen, like non-optional happen, for Total War Warhammer 3 is sieges and diplomacy. I consider them equally important, to be frank. Those have got to get fixed. Sieges need a complete overhaul. I don't understand how the basic bitch system that we got approved in the first place, but it's completely unacceptable. It just ruins the game. Like, you don't want to play a siege series in Total War Warhammer. Like, it is legit agony. So that has got to get fixed, but the diplomacy is also game-breakingly bad. Like, it's miserable. It's not fun. Like, diplomacy is one of those things that should be an important and enjoyable aspect of the game, but both of them were just implemented at the cheapest possible level. Like, you can tell that when Creative Assembly designed this game, they put everything they had into the battle system, but even then it was still not that intense. Like, the magic system is pretty basic compared to what I think it should be, because they were, like, holding their punches. You can tell that when Creative Assembly made this game, they were scared. Like, they looked at this game and they thought to themselves that it was gonna fail, or people weren't gonna like it, or something bad was gonna happen. And so they, like, essentially sabotaged themselves. They lowballed really, really hard. and the game has been suffering ever since. But diplomacy and sieges have to get fixed. It is not optional. I would rather them just not release 3 and just keep pushing it back if they have to, rather than pull some nonsense and keep, like, messing with it. Who in the God's name flagged me in here? Oh, someone, like, legit flagged me. Wow. Like, a total... one of the Discords I joined lately, totally unrelated to, like, anything I do for work. Just like a Discord I joined because I'm a fan of this other place. And someone actually bothered to flag me to ask a question. But it's a 40k question. How dare they? How dare they? Belt, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, big monsters will just join up into Chaos Hordes and stuff because they're just drawn to them. Like, the creatures that are actually intelligent see those situations as like, oh, wherever these guys go, they're probably going to be winning battles and leaving a lot of dead behind, so I'll get to, like, eat for free. That's what, like, the smart critters are thinking, but a lot of them are just naturally drawn to it. Either, usually the Dark Gods are involved somehow. But yeah. Man, you know it's been a long campaign when you've basically completed the tech tree. Like, hot damn. Okay, you're chasing after that nerd. You can catch him? You are, but then he runs away. Alright, lads, it's go time! We've got a continent to invade, damn it. This is it, chat. This is literally the final push. All that stands between us and victory is the Oak of Ages, Altdorf, Corone, and Karasakarak. Okay. As much as I want to bring Mazdamundi north quickly, I do need to defend these settlements until they're, like, properly guarded. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Silver Spear. The dwarves are pushing from the north, so that's awesome. The Wolflands are ours. Good, good. So now Croc can go for Karasakarak while we're defending. Just grab those. Might as well, right? Tic-tac-toe, let's fly! Do I agree with me that the long campaign victory is too long? No. I think the long campaign victories are fine. Like, they're meant to be very, very long. Like, they're basically supposed to be world domination objectives. So, it would make sense to me that they would be, like, kind of agonizingly long. Surprised that Clan Moulder is as powerful as it is, but I guess it's just part of that super alliance of, like, Norska and Clan Moulder. But it looks like the Empire is pushing back, so that's good.
Greetings from Sigma.
Why is all of the AI, like, considered unreliable? What is happening? I want you to fight Clan Moulder, dude. Moderate? Okay. How about I meet you halfway? I will declare war against the Bone Rattlers if you will declare war against the Skaven. Good? Good. Good, because the Skaven just keep walking through his territory and it's pissing me off. Okay, let's make my territory poisonous. Do I have a favorite unit? Yes. My favorite unit is Temple Guard. I love Temple Guard. Are there any good cavalry units in the game? Yes, there are some amazing cavalry units in the game. Demigryph Knights, Questing Knights for Bretonia. Chaos Knights for Chaos are absurdly good. See, what's some other, like, really, really good cav? I mean, there's some of the cav units, like, you have to use properly, but, like, Chaos Knights and Demigryph Knights, like, those guys can just get ridiculous. The AI always becomes unreliable in an age of peace. Oh! This is news to me. Cool. That's good to know. Alright, the good news is Molder's just kind of throwing all of its armies at me and dying horribly. Oops, sorry. No! I'm not declaring war on the Wood Elves until I'm, like, at the Oak of Ages. Grail Knights? Yeah! Grail Knights are really good. No, Cav is really strong. The thing about Cav that kind of makes it a pain is you have to use it correctly. Which I don't mean that in, like, a rude way, because I really struggle with it. Oh yeah, Blood Knights are very, very strong. But Warhammer, Total War Warhammer is very, very punishing if you do not use the Cav in its intended design. It'll just kind of walk all over you. The game will. Without mercy, if you try and use the Cav in a fashion that they weren't designed to be used in. Which, just because, like, you're not supposed to charge them in and leave them in battle. You know, Cav are supposed to basically be kind of running around and, like, cycle charging or being used when they have the advantage and avoiding things that are going to, like, ruin their A1 day. Yeah, it's kind of like chariots. Chariots in this game are very, very, very powerful. Many of the chariots are, like, practically god tier powerful. But if you don't know how to use them correctly, like moi, they can feel like utter trash sometimes. Hey, Lord Poppinky, thanks so much for the tip, my dude. Any truth to Warhammer 2 getting campaign DLCs that allow you to play... if that is a thing, A, that would be awesome. B, that would literally be the first I've ever heard of it. So I have not heard anything about any new types of DLCs. I would very much like to see new types of DLCs, which is what, like, my Heroes of Legend playlist is about. Which, if you haven't watched that, you should go check it out. It's a lot of fun. But, like, that's the whole point of that series, is I really want Creative Assembly to, like, expand their DLC repertoire. But, to my knowledge, there has been no... There's no announcements or, like, secret information I have regarding that. I have literally heard nothing about that. Yeah, that would be complete news to me. It'd be cool though. I mean, I'd buy it. If they gave us, like, a Battle at the Gates of Kislev DLC, or like the Great War Against Chaos, where you got to play as, like, Azavar Kul and Magnus the Pious and whoever was the Tsar at that point, like a bunch of other crazy stuff, that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, Wild Riders are super punishing if you don't use them the way they're intended. Wild Riders are definitely a do-or-die unit. As in, do it right or die. Tsar Alexios, thank you. Someone wounded one of my skink chiefs? What a rude boy. Dude, this is weird, seeing Ulthuan just getting trashed by Norska. It's very unusual in my playthroughs. Normally, Ulthuan is, like, dominating, and in this one, they're just getting, like, absolutely slapped. I will fall back. to a more advantageous position. You really want to see Cathay? Dude, Cathay would be hype. Okay, I'll fight this myself. What do I think the pre-order race is going to be? Honestly, I'm thinking the pre-order is going to be the Warriors of Chaos Part 2. But, like, done correctly. So I think it's going to, like, completely flesh out the faction. And add in everything they're missing and give them a lot of crazy monsters and stuff. Because, quite frankly, they basically need an entire another race pack. And the pre-order one tends to be kind of small compared to the others. Will there be a pre-order race pack? Presumably. I mean, Norska did really well until Mortal Empires came out and, like, totally crapped it. And Norska fell flat on its face. But until that point, Norska was a very well-received Lord pack. Considering the backlash of the first one, well, the only thing I'll say is that I don't think it would be possible to... Look, Warriors of Chaos need a lot. They need a lot, guys. Like, I don't, like... now that we're getting Wood Elves' Lord Pack, we know that DLC for DLC is an option, which is great. But, like, they need some help. They are not in a good place. And I just don't see the Warriors of Chaos getting to the place they need to be with just a simple Lord Pack. Like, I think they would need a legit race pack. That, like, completely fixes their... adds in, like, a ton of stuff. Including, like, God-specific character units, lots of new characters, all the big scary monsters, all the Chaos War Shrines, all that crazy stuff. Stormcast Eternals? No, I don't think we're gonna... I can promise you for a fact you will not see Age of Sigmar. At least to that heavy of an extent. I guess technically we already have seen a little bit of AOS, if I'm being honest with myself. Which is kind of funny. We've actually seen some, like, AOS-inspired stuff already in Total War Warhammer, but I don't think people realize it. And I bet they absolutely love that unit, even though it's an AOS unit and not a fantasy unit. Okay, where can I put Sotek? Right... Nope, nope, that's a bad spot. Right there. I don't understand why Urian's Thunderbolt takes so long. Like, it's an okay spell, but the amount of time it takes to cast that spell should be, like, God tier. Let's mess him up. What exactly? The unit that is technically from Age of Sigmar, but is in Warhammer Fantasy are the Armored Squig Riders, which I bet a lot of people actually really like, because, I mean, quite frankly, they're a super cool unit. But yeah, those are not a Warhammer Fantasy unit. Those are literally an Age of Sigmar unit. We did not see armored Squig Riders until Age of Sigmar. So if you thought those were cool, well, guess what? You're an AOS fan. It makes no sense those weren't in Fantasy. Well, Greenskins very rarely had heavy armor in Fantasy. And Goblins in particular never had heavy armor. I mean, the only heavily armored group in Greenskins culture are Black Orcs. And that's literally it. Kellawig, they have been getting better about that. There are, like, a lot of good maps now in Age of Sigmar. Granted, you have to collect, like, a lot of different stuff to, like, kind of stitch them together. Do I like the new Grom update? Yeah, I love the Grom DLC. What did I think of River Troll Hags? They're awesome. I'm a little nervous to, like, just send everything north, because the Greenskins could get behind me, but I feel like I just kind of have to go north as fast as I can. Putting into this. We will kind of fight our way north, that way we've got some territory. Don't get me wrong, like, I much prefer Warhammer Fantasy to Age of Sigmar. I don't hate Age of Sigmar. Like, I think it has its merits, and there are enjoyable aspects to it. Unfortunately, there's a not insignificant amount of people out there who seem to think that because they don't like Age of Sigmar, or because it came about the way it did, that it should be hated for all time and, like, never liked or played by anyone, which is just dumb. It's just dumb. Oh, no, just stay on that. Okay, she's getting a little close to the Fallen Gates for comfort, so let's put a Slawn here. I think a Heaven Slawn could be really good. Or maybe a Fire Slawn. You don't have the spells I want. You don't have the spells I want. You... Oh, wait, you're a Light Slawn. Dang it. And I can't perform a right now. Okay, we'll get the Fire Slawn. Alright, you are going to head for Karazakarak. Just ignore everything else on the way there. It's not important. Tic-tac-toe. I would like it if you could take Karakazul, but I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe I could lay siege to it. Ew. Let's set up an ambush. Yeah, let's set up an ambush. That'll be the smart thing. You are going to march just outside Carragate Peaks and pop an ambush. Just lure in all those dumbass greenskins. Okay. Hey, TB War, how's it going, man? Why is it the Cult of Sotek wishes to conquer important locations? Because secretly each of those locations has some kind of important plaque to the old ones that's been buried beneath it for centuries, and now we're here to reclaim it. There you go. There's your explanation. You want to go? You want to go? I think Age of Sigmar would make an excellent Total War game once they've done a lot of other stuff. Like, I think everyone's going to be kind of fantasied out for, like, Warhammer Fantasy by the end of the series. So I would very much like them to focus on other stuff. Like, I would love for them to maybe look at 40K or Lord of the Rings. Any of those would be a lot of fun. You know, and then maybe after that, you could come back and do Age of Sigmar. Isn't 40K too big? No. I mean, it depends on how you do it, but no, I don't think it's too big. I think there are very, very simple ways that you could make it bite-sized. Where's that crab bitch? There she is. Stop shooting me, it hurts! Oh, I popped the wrong buff. Oops. I do not have, like, a great Sotek anything. That way! Oh, dude, this Colossus is gonna get absolutely wrecked by Chameleon Skinks, and that's hilarious. Alright, time to blow everything up. Waiting for the bombers to settle. There we go. But no, I do not think 40K would be too big. Like, there are ways to bring it down. Like, either the battle is over just a system, or maybe it's over just a planet, or maybe you could do the whole galaxy. You would just have to, like, figure out a way to make that work. But, like, it would be a big project, but it could totally be done. It wouldn't be that hard, I think. You would just have to innovate, which, I mean, thankfully Creative Assembly seems pretty good at that. Wait, is she dead? No. Oh, you're in the wrong fight, dude. I don't know how total 40K would work, where every unit is a ranged unit, essentially. That is not correct. I mean, there is a lot of range in 40K, significantly more than Fantasy, that's true. But, I mean, melee is a massive aspect of 40K. There would be a lot of shooting, but I also think that there would be a significant amount of melee as well. I mean, I play Tyranids, and Tyranids, like, you can have a lot of shooting, but a lot of your stuff is incredibly reliant on you getting up in people's faces. All hail the Necrons. How the end times could have ended with a order victory, teleport Croc into Midnight. Dude, if they had teleported, oh, look at that cute boy using lightning strike. Get out of here. And get out of here. That always cracks me up. When, like, just a massive amount of armies come in, you're just like, boop, you're dead. But yeah, AOS needs a lot more time in the oven. The Silent King is coming? He is. Oh, that's a thing we're talking about. So how, any 40k fans in here? How are y'all feeling about 9th edition? Did y'all enjoy last Saturday's previews? Anybody? They showed off quite a bit of cool stuff. Granted, if you're not a Space Marines fan like me, it wasn't that interesting, but it was a little interesting. The new Necrons look pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. I think if I was someone that was like just starting to collect 40k, I would be very tempted by Necrons. Those new models are gorgeous. I'm really hoping here. I will say this. I think there's a lot of like stuff going on right now for 40k. Like, I'm a little worried about the game from like a competitive aspect, because it feels like the new Space Marine stuff is so like hysterically overpowered that like I genuinely am not sure how other races are gonna like compete with it. But I hope that like they're kind of having everybody vastly increase in power, because if everybody's doing it together, I think it'll be manageable. But the big thing is, I really hope we're seeing like, I hope that the thing about 9th edition is that it's like refreshing all the model ranges. So like Tyranids got a much needed refresh of their model range. I hope they're going to do the same thing for Tyranids. I hope they're going to do the same thing for Eldar. I hope they're going to do the same thing for Imperial Guard. Like, I hope I hope kind of the theme of this edition is everybody gets a little lovin'. You know what I mean? I think my biggest, because I've loved that. I mean, the Space Marines have gotten a range refresh, and they sure as hell didn't need it. But like that, they got a full range refresh, which is fine. But I really hope we're gonna be seeing a like everybody's gonna get a little something something, because everybody deserves a little something something. In the great words of that one Bernie Sanders meme, everyone deserves to have every cat deserves to have a little salami. I don't know if anybody knows the meme I'm talking about, but yeah. It's a really dumb meme. Okay. Tic-Tac-Toe is going to stay here until he gets that other character back that got slapped. Space Marines pay the bills? Yeah, well, the problem is Space Marines pay the bills because Space Marines are the only thing that get any support. It's literally a vicious cycle, and Games Workshop is the only entity that can end that cycle. Like, I bet that as long as the Necron rules are good when their new book comes out, I bet the Necrons are going to make, like, a fuckload of money, because they're getting, like, a ton of support. I always hate that argument. It's such a poor argument in my mind. Of like, well, they only release stuff for this faction because it's the only because they make the most money. It's like, well, dude, you gotta support the other parts of the game. Unless your goal is to make the game, like, by that logic, the game should be pure Space Marine versus Space Marine, which everyone can hopefully acknowledge would be terrible. Like, that would be the dumbest shit in the universe. Like, if your thought is that we should only support the things that sell, you cannot run a tabletop system like that. Like, you have to support multiple facets of the game, even the slightly less popular ones. Because if the Space Marine players have nothing to play against but other Space Marine players, the game's going to be boring as fuck. Like, it's going to be a horrible game. And it's going to become a super niche audience, and you're going to lose a massive amount of your audience. Which is just dumb. Like, God, I hate when people say that. That is like, ugh, that gets under my skin. Ugh. What the hell is Throg doing down there? Dude, Throg, Norska's been, like, taking over the world, dude. Norska's been, like, tearing up Ulthuan with their partnership with Musion and the Dark Elves. They own, like, a lot of the North. Like, there's a really scary alliance of evil that's very strong this campaign. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not, like, screaming at that person. But, like, that's, yeah, that, I hate that line of logic. I understand it, but I think it's wrong. And really bad from a business perspective. Alright, bye, Wood Elves, it was nice knowing you. The Oak of Ages is mine! Suckers! Ha! Fools! You thought I was on your side! It's my giant tree now. This is now the lizard tree. Anyone who says otherwise will be thrown in the snake pit. Did I see the new trailer for The Mandalorian? No, I don't like to watch trailers for stuff that I actually like. Which I'm very excited for the new season of The Mandalorian. Because I really enjoyed the first season. But because I really enjoyed it, I am not even remotely interested in watching the trailer because it's just going to spoil stuff. Like, that's literally the only point of a trailer, is that it shows you things that you are going to watch anyway. So there's no point in me watching it because I'm already committed to watching it. So I am not interested in watching the trailer. What would the Lizardmen do if they took over Athel Loren in the lore? They probably wouldn't. The only reason the Lizardmen would interfere in Athel Loren is if, like, the forest started rapidly expanding past its waystones, so it ended up, like, distorting and becoming, like, a twisted, violent entity, so it basically started turning, like, corrupted itself, in which case the Lizardmen would go in to destroy it. Current trailers spoil a lot. Yes, they tend to. That is very true. That is very true. Okay, so Gorok is going to deal with what's left of these guys. You two are just going to hold that part of the forest. And then, well, okay, I'll probably only have... I think I'll only leave Tehenhauin to defend the Oak of Ages. Nakai we're probably going to send out of the forest so he can go to Altdorf. Krokgar is beelining for Karasakarak. Mazdamundi's holding the line with Tic-Tac-Toe. I think that's all we need. I think that's literally all that's left. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I need 2 more cities. Okay, so we don't need Altdorf. Okay, so 2 more cities. So we're going to take Karazakarak and Karon. And that's it. That's it. That's all that's left. Actually, I'm not going to even have Gorak bother with Brion. I'm just going to sail to Karon. If Durthu did not stop Ariel from consuming Morgur, do you think the Lizardmen would have intervened? I don't think the Lizardmen would have intervened because they were way too far away and wouldn't know about it. I think it would have been... I think it would have absolutely corrupted the Wood Elves, though. And they would have been forced to go, like, super ham. Like, if the Lizardmen had ever bothered expanding globally, they would have eventually had to have gone after the Wood Elves at that point. Because, I mean, the forest spirits, at least, aspect of the Wood Elves were created by the Old Ones. Like, they're not an unknown entity to the Lizardmen. The Lizardmen are very aware of the sentient forest that is Athel Loren. Okay. Okay, that's the fastest route. So that's the way we're gonna go. This is gonna get a little spooky. See if I can invite these beastmen to fight somebody that I don't like. Who do I not like that's like a total punk? Clan Spittle? No. But who do I hate that's like a little bitch? Greenskins aren't super strong. Clan Spittle is very weak. Pirates of Sartosa are super weak. Ah, the Pirates of Sartosa. Attack the pirates, and I will pay you muns. That's probably too many muns. There you go. I'm too lazy to sort it out. I just want to make sure those beastmen don't focus on me. It's kind of my whole thing. Okay, and you're just going to help Tehenhauin defend that from Wood Elf nonsense. Meanwhile, Crocgar, hustle, hustle. Tic-tac-toe, you're waiting for your little hero bro to come back. Are there no forest spirits in Lustria? No. So, here's the thing about forest spirits. Technically, all forest spirits originate from Athel Loren. Period of the story. However, when the Oak of Ages was connected through the world roots, like, all across the planet, a lot of the forest spirits basically, like, wandered and kind of just went wherever they felt like going. And because of that, a lot of them ended up in different places, like Ulthuan, Lustria, Norska, Larlorn, like all over the place. And they kind of set up shop. That being said, there are no forest spirits ever born in those places. All the forest spirits you would ever encounter were born in Athel Loren and then for whatever reason went somewhere else. Ooh, gosh, we gotta hurry, because Ulthuan's about to get just, like, absolutely slapped. Widows and Lizardmen have mutual goals, for the most part. Fighting widows and making deals with beastmen, are we the baddies? No! We're not the baddies. We're the, we're the only answer. We're the great plan! It's beyond, we can't question the great plan. We must merely enforce it. Is the Sword of Daith as good as the Sword of the Lizardmen? Yeah! Yeah, the Sword of Daith is pretty ridiculous, my dude. The Sword of Daith was made by Daith, who is the avatar of Vol, who is the smith god of the elves. I mean, that's That's pretty serious stuff. How tall is the Oak of Ages in the lore? Is it like a mountain? Yes, it is colossal. It is beyond colossal. I mean, you would be able to see the Oak of Ages from like miles and miles and miles away if you had a clear sight of the tree line, and we're like past any of the barriers protecting it from sight. But the Oak of Ages like towers over the rest of Athel Loren, like it dominates the skyline. Ride, Croc-Gar, ride! Oh, the Tomb Kings have arrived. That's good. They're our ally, after all. Oh god, there's so many, like... Oh my god, that Norscan army, though. Oh boy. The fight for Corone may actually be a little tense. I'm not gonna lie. Oh god, we're like within 3 turns. 3 or 4 turns of being done, if nothing bad happens. What's the next campaign, if I may ask? You may ask, but I don't have an answer for you. I have not planned that far ahead. I don't know what the next live stream is going to be. I don't even know if we're going to do Total War Warhammer. We might do something else. Peace Tree? Sure. I don't want to have to deal with you. Oh god, that hurt my friendliness, I think. I'm only medium friendly now. Or medium reliable. Hopefully no one betrays me because I'm like one of the scariest people in the world right now. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. We might do... Oh, god, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings. Okay, normally... I'm gonna auto-resolve this because I kind of just want to be done. Okay, that could have been worse. What else? Stay away! Stay away! It's my tree! You should play Dawn of War, Soulstorm? No, never again, dude. Never, unless there was like a charity event. Never again. That game, I hated it. I hated every moment of it. Hello, sir. Skaven question. Why do Graciers keep their eyes, but some Plague Priests don't? Oh, okay, so... It's pretty rare for Skaven to lose their eyes, because generally when a Skaven loses their eyes, it is... like, they are, like, immediately devoured by their fellows, because, you know, they can't see terribly well, and they start to have problems. However, Lord Skrolk is an exception. Lord Skrolk is, of course, is a really, really powerful plague priest of, you know what, screw it. Let's just go all in. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! I may have made a tactical error. Oh no! Everything here sucks! Everything hurts! But the reason Skrolk doesn't have eyes is, as part of Lord Skrolk's lore, basically when he was an up-and-coming plague priest, he got to meet the lord of his clan, which is a Skaven known as Lord Nurgle. And Nurgle is like easily the most diseased, horrific abomination in all of Skavendom, being the head of Clan Pestilence. And so when when Lord Skrolk saw him, Lord Skrolk, being a absolutely religious fanatic of the plague aspect of the Great Horned Rat, thought that Nurgle was the most beautiful sight he would ever be able to lay his eyes upon. So after looking and taking in Nurgle, Skrolk proceeded to scratch out his own eyes, because he wanted that to be the last thing he'd ever saw. Because he's super intense like that. Which, I mean, talk about fangirling. Jesus Christ. The stunty house is mine! Yes! Karazakarak is now in lizard hands. As it preferably is over greenskin hands. So all that I have to do is get Gorok to Corone and it's over. We win. It's so close. It's so close. I'm just gonna go ahead and renew all of my rights. Skrulk is a simp for Nurgle. I mean, yeah, I guess. I just did the same one twice. Grom campaign? Maybe. I mean, we did one of those pretty recently. Oh yeah, and then Skrulk did replace his eyes with pieces of warpstone. And he can see, sort of. Isn't Skrulk super old for a Skaven? Yeah, but that's not unusual among, like, really, really powerful Skaven. A lot of the really powerful Skaven are quite old. The Kislev mod? That is definitely something we'll look at. I don't think I want to do it right now, though. Who's the strongest blood dragon, not including Abarash? Wallach. Wallach Harkin is the strongest blood dragon outside of Abarash. Isn't he able to stab a fly out of the air despite not being able to see? Lord Skrulk is very, very quick and very deadly in close combat, despite not being able to see. But, like I said, he can kind of see. Norska? Dude, you could not pay me to do a Norska campaign right now. The Norska campaign is so busted. I actually played through, like, a very hard one. For an achievement. It was miserable, dude. That was, like, a literal nightmare. Like, I would much rather play any other faction than Norska, to be totally honest. Because it is, like, so busted. I would happily rather play, like, Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, Wood Elves, any of those. What would the Kislevite equivalent of a Grand Master be? I'm not sure what the technical terminology is. I'd have to look it up. Why doesn't CA fix it? I'm sure they are going to fix it. It just... They can only do so much at a time, my dude. Game development is not a swift art, unfortunately. It takes time. Keep our Carnosaur in reserve here. Dude, these Norskins are going to get spanked. They don't realize it yet, but they're about to get absolutely trashed. Forward! Get your Manicore trash out of my house. That'll do it. Fetch. After those skin wolves. Okay, there are a lot of Norskins to blow up, so let's get to work. Oh yeah, I forgot Gorok has regeneration. Yeah, no, these guys are totally boned. I mean, they'll hurt me. They may even kill a unit, but that's gonna be about all they're able to do. Look at Gorok to like the rest of my army. Yeah, get out of here, you bunch of babies. You're no match! Yeah, kill the mammoth. Carl Franz on a dragon versus the Scissors. Wait, are you... Darius, are you asking if they're on the dragon? Like, the two of them fighting each other? Or are you asking just the dragons fighting each other? The dragon's name is Tehenhauin, by the way. The forest dragon. Where would Luther stand in the Blood Dragon list if he was sane? He would be equal to Wallach. He's just as old as Wallach is. Hey, Nirmaran, so glad you're enjoying yourself, my dude. Okay, yeah, we lost another source unit. Oh, we're taking a beating. Just get me to the city. Just get me to the city. The Dragon of Karl Franz and the Dragon of the Sisters. The Tehenhauin would be able to defeat the Dragon in the Imperial Zoo. The Imperial Dragon. Tehenhauin is like the biggest, baddest Wood Elf Dragon. And the Imperial Dragon is mostly just a regular dragon. Yes! We did it! Victory! And we only went a little bit over time. Victory! In a world of chaos, a time of heroes, an age of war, you have overcome every challenge laid before you, face down every foe bent upon your destruction. This strange and dangerous realm, riven with battle, bloodshed, and slaughter, twisted beyond sanity by the warping power of chaos, has seen the foundering of many a mighty empire, yet yours remains triumphant and unconquered, victorious in defiance of all. Long before the rise of the younger races, the Lizardmen ruled supreme. After countless disasters and eons of decline, you have led them to the brink of success, finally enacting the unfinished plans of their long-lost cosmic masters. We did it! 213 turns. We did it. Huzzah. Does the Imperial Dragon have a name? No. It's the Imperial Dragon. What's so deadly about manticores? Imagine, think very carefully about how deadly lions and tigers are in our world. Now make them much larger, like the size of a very large SUV plus, and then give them the ability to fly very, very quickly, and also give them tails that have that are like scorpion tails that can easily pierce through armor and impale a man, and have venom that's powerful enough to bring down like at least an elephant. And then make it really, really pissed off. Like, already, tigers and lions in our world are pretty fucking terrifying. Wait, only 213 turns? Man, I'm bad at this game? Oh, dude. If it makes you feel better, I know people that could probably do this in, like, 150 turns. I mean, granted, we kind of took our sweet time with a notable amount of little things. Why does this not show the entire map? That's really dumb. It only shows, like, part of the map. I would rather them just zoom out so I could see the whole thing. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Or I don't know, maybe I am faster at the game than I think. It's just it's been a while since I've measured myself against others. Well, the good news is we got a lot. I got a lot of responses for people wanting to help with the Q&A questions, so that's really nice. Can I zoom with the mouse wheel? Yes. But I can't zoom out any further. I can zoom in, but I cannot zoom far enough out to see the entire planet. It's like all the way wide, but it's not up and down enough. The record for World Conquest is under 50 turns. For World Conquest? Jesus. How the fuck do you do that in 50 turns? Like, I don't even feel confident I could get from what... I don't even feel confident I could get from, like, Croc's starting location to the very top left in 50 turns. And you're telling me somebody conquered the entire map in 50 turns? That's wild, dude. Was that with or without mods? Please answer this person. Oh, am I going to play a Wood Elf campaign when their DLC drops? Obviously. No, sorry. When the new content comes out, I'm not going to play it. So sorry. They used an old vampire count exploit to level vampire count lords to 30. Yeah, I don't know about that. We might do that as a challenge one day. I know there's some like legit speedrunners outside of the community challenges who do just like regular speedruns who want me to do those kinds of speedruns where you're actually trying to like beat the game. We haven't done anything like that just yet because I know it would be like agony. I'm sure we'll do it at some point, but I will give a little hint here. But next month is not going to be video game related for the community challenge. Next month's community challenge is going to be something that has to do with... It's still going to be Warhammer Fantasy related, but it's going to be something that hopefully will get a completely new community involved. It should be a lot of fun. How powerful was the Red Duke compared to other Blood Dragons? The Red Duke, I would say, is in the top 3. Not including Aberash. Like, the big boys are Luther Harkin, Wallach Harkin, and the Red Duke. And the Red Duke is really high up there because he's actually a very gifted caster. Unlike every single other Blood Dragon in existence. The Red Duke is actually, like, a very skilled wizard. Honestly, the Red Duke might be the strongest Blood Dragon. Because of the fact that he's actually a good wizard. It's going to be painting minis? No, but it is art related. Stay tuned for an announcement on that. It'll be coming out probably in the next week. So is the goal of the challenge going on right now to see the highest turn number you can get to? Yes, it's to survive as long as possible. And don't worry, I've already come to regret it immensely. Cosplay? We might do something cosplay related at some point, definitely. That's not currently on the schedule, though. Stop guessing, I'm not going to tell you. Because if I tell you, some people might start... If I tell you, some people might start working on it now, which would be unfair. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. Dude, Dark Hardline. Nice, man. You won with Fangs of Sotek. That's impressive, dude. Most people... most tourney builds are just running like pure Thunder Lizard right now. Sotek the VTuber. I will say this. I've been enjoying VTubing content a lot. Even though there's been a lot of drama in that community like the last couple days. Like, I discovered the VTuber community about a month ago. And it seems like maybe last week it hit like another wave of being noticed. But it seems like a lot of people are getting involved who, like, just casually getting involved. And it's been, like, kind of funny watching some of the freakouts. Though the people I really like have been chill about it, so that's always nice. Where can I get Warhammer tabletop game? Tabletop Simulator, if you want to play it on a PC. If you want to play it in person, then find a local hobby store or a Games Workshop. Or hang around here, because I'm thinking I really want to start doing some giveaways with actual, like, tabletop stuff. Isn't there a huge burst of VTube lately? Yes, it's been very big lately. It's like, it's insane. I have thought about, I'm building new furniture for this room this weekend, and, I was going to do it last weekend, but it rained like it rained like freaking crazy, so I couldn't do woodwork. But, I'm thinking... I'm going to be building new furniture this weekend, and when I rearrange the room, it's going to be set up so I can do painting streams with you guys. So I can, like, paint models on stream. And it'll be, like, really nice. It won't be the super ghetto setup I used the other day. And I'm sorely tempted. Because whenever you do painting streams, you know, you don't have a camera pointed at yourself. You have a camera just pointing at what you're working on. And I'm sorely tempted to get like an avatar that's on screen while I paint. Sorely tempted. It's not just girls. Boys do it too. If I wanted to learn Vampire Count's lore from the start, where or what do I start with? TB War. If you can get your hands on the 8th edition Vampire Count Army book, that would be the best place to start. But without that, if you want to do vampires, like all vampires, you want to probably start with Nagash. Like you could do the Nagash trilogy. Even though there's some lore weirdness with that one, but it's okay. Excuse me. But the Nagash trilogy, I would also read Neferata and Master of the Dead after that, and which were supposed to be part of a trilogy, but they never finished the third book. So I would do Neferata and Master of the Dead after that, and then after those, I would pick up the Vampire Wars. How powerful was Ushoran? Ushoran's one of the top 5 strongest vampires. I mean, each of the founding vampires were the strongest, period, end of story. I would say Manfred von Karstein is probably the only vampire who, despite not being a first generation, is in their ballpark. But, I mean, Manfred's a second generation, so it's not like he's that far from the mark. What problem in the Warhammer world can't be solved by just throwing Krokar and Grimlock at it? I would say there's a lot of problems that could not be solved just throwing those two. What's my favorite bloodline? Necrarchs. Necrarchs are my favorite bloodline, and Zacharias the Everliving is my favorite vampire. Alright, dudes. Well, I hope y'all had fun. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it. We are kind of past our time. Usually we're supposed to end at noon, but it's 12:30, so y'all got a little extra time today, but that's okay. And I really appreciate you all joining me for this. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Assuming I do my job and wake up in time to make sure to get on stream. I don't know what we're going to do. We might do something a little more chill for like the rest of the week. But so I can maybe get a handle on some situations. I'm tempted to maybe start playing something really different. But I think if I was going to play something like exotically different, I need to set up the other YouTube channel I've been thinking about making. I don't know. I think tomorrow on stream we're probably going to play Underworlds, Shadespire. That's kind of what I feel like playing. So I don't know. We'll kind of figure it out. Any event, thanks everyone so much for watching. Please drop a like on the way out. It really helps me out. It helps the video out. It's a nice little free thing you can do that takes half a second. If you could hit that like button, I really appreciate it. And thank you all for joining me for this journey. I'm super glad that it's over. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Catch y'all next time. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada. See you guys. Thanks for watching.